Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of Dwarf Fortress. In the last episode, we did pretty well in getting our defenses up and going. We got ourselves another possessed artifact created, but unfortunately, at the very last second, we got attacked by a horrifying giant ohm and an army of goblins. We are now under siege for the first time ever. All of our siege defenses will finally come to fruition. So, first things first, we're going to the military screen, we're going to the alert screen, we're putting our civilians on panic room. Get back in this castle. That is our primary goal. These lovely military people will come swarming towards us once we unpause the game. So they should start coming in. We'll see exactly how many of them there are. They're very slow to get moving though, surprisingly enough. Hopefully we'll be able to get our doors locked before they all get here. They will slowly start to move in, and they'll basically hang out near the entrance of our castle as long as we let them. So they will gradually move in here. How many of them are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and a giant ohm. That's a pretty big army. Thankfully, there's nothing too super nasty in there. They're goblin skirmishers. They all probably have quite nasty gear. But, yeah, swordsman. The skirmisher is the captain, I think. He's a goblin hammerman, never mind. Swordsman and a hammerman. Interesting. Well, we might be able to... excuse me. Since none of them are ranged, we may actually be able to make use of our defensive towers to take out most of them. We'll have to experiment with this. First of all, though, we need to make sure people get out of here. So once our crew gets back into our castle, I can't see where they all are just yet, because it's hard to see from a million miles up. We'll try and make sure there's nobody standing around outside and everyone is back in the safe zone, because once that is the case, we'll be able to safely lock the doors and basically make sure they can't get to us. Looks like we're pretty well safe here. I don't see anybody hanging around outside. That's the last couple people running in through the doors there. I think that's everyone. So we're going to hit Q, add a new task here to pull the lever! And that should effectively make us safe. Then we can just wait them out inside. I'm also going to make sure I come in here and immediately turn off the ashery. Because the wood furnace, rather. The last thing we want is for us to be making ash when we're trying frantically to try and keep ourselves from running out of resources. We're just burning wood for no good reason. So that should raise up that bridge fairly soon. Someone better get on that. The lever needs to be flipped, please. I hope I linked it properly. I can't tell if somebody's on this lever or not. Because somebody's standing in the way, I can't tell if it's pulled or not. I hope I linked it properly. I think I did. Well, if we didn't, we'll find out. It looks like everyone is safely inside the castle now, though. So if these guys do come in, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to run into our wall of traps and immediately all get captured. And I'm okay with that. We're going to wait and see what happens, though. If our gate goes up, that'll be great. And if not, then we can try and see how well our traps are working. I'm not seeing too much here, though. It looks like it's been pulled, and I don't see any change in the gate. That's not a good sign. If I hit them to pull it again... Did I not link it properly? I may not have. Someone should come in there and pull it soon. We'll find out exactly what's going on there. But that's not a good thing to see when you're trying to fend off an army of invaders. The dwarves have suspended the quartzite road. I wonder why. Maybe because you can't get to it. That's fine, though. We're going to come back up to the top. We'll see how this invasion goes. If we're lucky, they'll charge right into our fortress and get destroyed by our traps. They're very slow moving, though. They're moving as a big unit, and that slows them down because they're all waiting for each other. Eventually, they'll get over to us, and we should be able to handle them when they do. But for now, we're not going to worry too much about it. We have our military dwarves in the barricades if they need to actually come out and fight. So that should be fine. We can set everyone to go murder if need be, but hopefully that won't be a problem. I don't think the giant ohm can destroy buildings and things, so I think he could potentially be destroying these traps if he had an opportunity to or a reason to. But if he just runs in and hits them, he should get immediately captured and shouldn't be able to get out. So that should be fine. I mean, I've caught dragons and you know, bronze colossuses and all kinds of things in cages, so I'm not too worried about the cage's effective defense power. I'm just worried that they might not come in far enough that it'll be hard to actually capture them. So In the meantime, though, while those guys are slowly advancing on our position, inexorably moving forwards, what we're going to do is we're going to cancel all of our wood production, because we may need that wood for other things. So we'll stop making buckets and all that stuff and just let our people actually, you know, hold on to what little wood they have left. Otherwise this siege is going to ruin our supplies. So we'll start making more soap as well now that we have the tallow in buckets, and that should be okay. We should have enough, more than enough food and drink. We have access to the well. One thing that is a problem though is those guys can try and come in through the water if we let them. So this is one of those situations where the well is a problem. If we had tried to put in some kind of barricades in the water as well, they could just destroy them. Being a building destroyer type creature, they can just smash things that are in the way, I believe. I'm not entirely sure if that refers to things like grates or only things like beds and tables, which could easily be broken. Either way, that's fine. Drake and Volkilla has ended a mandate, so that's interesting. That means we might have to start making more windows. We'll have to wait and see what he wants before we do anything else about that. They are slowly coming towards us. Picking up a bit of speed now. Maybe they're starting to see our fortress. We'll have to wait and see how close they get before it starts to be a real problem, though. It looks like, though, I was right. I must have messed up this gate somehow because it's not working. Is the top one working? Let's try it. If we pull this, does it actually raise that upper drawbridge? If it does, we're going to pull it again in a second to make sure it doesn't stay up, because the last thing we want to have happen now is for them to go in through the well and accidentally mess up all of our plans. But we're going to experiment just to see how safe our defenses actually are. So we'll hit that lever soon, someone should come and flick it, and then we'll be able to see if the gates actually do shut. If they do, we'll know we're at least marginally safe. If they don't, we'll know we're definitely in some kind of trouble. Okay, the drawbridge here did immediately rise. So that's good. So this one does still work if we need it to. We're going to come up to here, we're going to hit it, pull the lever again. These guys are also all melee troops, which means you don't have to worry about them getting close, just worrying about them actually hitting us. So that's okay. We can let them get close while our gates are up, and then we can, well, close the gates at the same time, I guess. But I'm not too worried about these guys just yet. There are a lot of them, though, and if they come and rush in a single line, they might be able to get pretty far into our fortress. This is why we have the huge number of traps here, though, so that an army like this, a siege, which may come eventually having more than one of these groups, will not be able to just trash their way through our entire fortress. They'll get stuck in these traps and just get chewed up into the cages. So that's kind of what we want to have happen. Now the gates are back down, ready to trap them. I believe we have civilian access to the barracks room at the moment. I should really extend the burrows into these places, though, so I'm going to do that quickly right now before I forget. Now that it's safe in these areas. No, not adding a burrow. I need to delete that burrow now. Delete that. Yes, delete that burrow. Why to delete it? We need to define this burrow. We need to paint in this area so that people can get into the tower access. There we go. I need to remove that little bit. I'll do that after. There we go. Change paintbrush to removing. There we go. And back into the tunnel so I can fill out this area because we want to make sure people can actually get here. If people can't get to our defenses, they're not the most useful things. This should work, though. This should mean that people are now able to get into our defenses if we ever have a fortification set up so people can actually fire from them, because then our archers will be much more effective in that area. If we take a look up here, the goblins must be getting pretty close. They're going pretty slow. They maybe not super slow, but for, you know, given how fast they can move when they're in a hurry. Hang on a second, is that a giant mantis, man? It's just a giant mantis. Alright, that's cool. Giant mantis walking around. Alright. They're getting close. I want to see how the traps get them. That's what I'm trying to do at this point. We can use our army if we need to, but there's a lot of them, and they will get outnumbered. If we send our melee people in, they're going to get destroyed. So I'm hoping that our traps can get them, and then our archers can take care of the people who are left. It's always funny watching these people touch the traps, though, because they generally will try and walk across the traps even when they know they're there. Oh, what happened here? Congratulations, Robert Ware. You just gave birth to a girl. Alright. Resume that. I'm going to go back up to watching that army advance on our poor, unsuspecting place. But yeah, eventually we won't be able to use our traps and our things like that to defend against a siege like this, because they just send too many people. But for this number of people, I think our traps are more than sufficient to deal with them. So when they come in, we'll be able to trap them all safely and then laugh and steal all their gear. Hopefully they have some nice steel swords and things we'll be able to take. I'll have to wait and see exactly what they're carrying. Thankfully, though, all of our people are safely out of this area. So that means that even if they do get in here, they're unlikely to get hit. This whole front area is clear, and that's why we have the burrows. Because these goblins are slowly making their way to the fortress, but when they get there, if people are there, they will just start murdering. We're trying to let them in on purpose, so they come in the way we want them to. But, because if we had archers in here, they'd already start taking them out. There'd be nothing these guys could do. Now these goblins are going to start running in here, and potentially charging into the actual fortress once they get around the corner. But we'll have to wait and see exactly how this goes. I'm hoping it works like I plan and everything works out perfectly. We end up with an army of trapped goblins. But we'll have to wait and see. They're very slow moving to get around this wall. And if they try and smash in through here, we could be in serious trouble. I'm pretty sure they won't generally destroy the walls. They're sending in a single goblin now to see what happens. He's not going to come back. Boop! Trapped. Alright. Now the rest of them are going to come in, because he didn't come back yet. I love how they send a single goblin in to see what happens. Now they're all coming in, though. Look at this. Look at this. They're in for a vengeance now. The commander's at the back. They sent a squad forward. 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 goblins, all hitting the traps. Bam, 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 bam. Trapped. And this is why cage traps are amazing. There are now 4 goblins and 1 captain here. They're going to eventually charge us too, but that did not go like they planned. They might actually... Are they retreating? Really? No, there they go. There goes 2 more of them up to their imminent dooms. Oh no, they're running again. The siege is broken. It's too bad. I would have liked to capture the giant ohm. But, yeah. Yeah. Our traps worked wonders. And that is why we build them. Because that could have been a serious problem. That siege could have been nasty, especially if we had tried to fight them right away. This is why I tend not to worry so much about the military, because cage traps are incredibly effective. Now the thing is, if these specific guys come back, those traps won't work as well, I don't think, because they've discovered them already, which is why we build so many, so that if the same goblins do come back, or the same enemies do come back, you have more traps that can still affect them, because that way you're not losing efficiency of your gear just because people have seen them once before. But, we'll see. We'll see. They're leaving, which is good. They're off the map. Goblins are gone. Alright. Success! We have successfully repelled the invasion, doing nothing but wait for them to come to us. Turn off the burrows. There we go. Resume play. We are back to normal. We have captured ourselves a whole bunch more goblins, which we can send down into our lovely lair down below. And people can get back up to their various jobs. Now we're going to want to make sure we actually get more trees coming in as well. Hopefully we still have trees to be cut. If we hit designate cut trees, it looks like that area is pretty much deforested actually already. We have to deforest more space. So we're going to come up here and we're going to take all these trees down. There we go. That should give us lots more wood. We have to leave a bit of tree area so that these trees regrow. We're pretty much done everything we need with wood though. Buckets and stuff maybe. We can probably do that with stone too. We may leave the earth to replenish itself a little bit now. I'll have to say though, as far as that could have gone, that went pretty fantastically well. Pretty fantastically well indeed. Whew! So we can gather all those goblins up, carry them downstairs. That'll be good. Take them all down. And we'll have to replace those cages. So people should be coming up now with replacement cages to put back into those slots so that we'll be able to capture people again with them. Hopefully anyway. So with that done, that is a successful defense. We've defended against our first real siege. And it looks like Vokelda has decided we're still not putting out windows. Is that what you've mandated? Yeah, export of windows prohibited. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with this. You're a good mayor. I like you. All you want is for us to not get rid of windows, and I'm okay with this. Alright. Well, with that done, I think it's time to start trying to... Ooh, hang on. Interrupted by peach-faced lovebird woman. Okay. That's fine. Just a bird. Bird people. We are going to try and get back in here, unsuspend constructions, which have been suspended because of the simple fact that people weren't able to get to them. Make sure everything is still working. There you go. Unsuspend that. And unsuspend you. There we go. Hopefully people will get out there and actually finish those bits of road. And we're going to try and build up more of this tower as well. Do we have any fighting going on here? Not really. Excellent. Alright, so no one's getting attacked. We definitely want to try and build up the upper floor though. So if we come up to here, can we just build a stairway up here? I'm not sure how to build up. We can experiment with it. We can try and build, construction. Ooh, wrong button. Build a construction. No. Build a construction. There we go. We want up, down stair, which is X. There we go. And we can build that here. Will it let us? On top of that. Looks like it will. We try and make it out of quartzite, because that's what we've been using for all of our external stuff here. We can build another up, down stair on top of this space. Looks like it will let us. That's good. Again, quartzite. We'll have to see what happens after that. From that stairwell, we might be able to build out floors that cover that area, and then walls to help, you know, make it be safe. I'm not entirely sure how it works, though. We should also check down here in our tunnel where we tried to build the floor. It looks like it built just fine. If we take a look at it, this is a smooth chert floor, chert block floor, and then it continues on. Okay. Nice, that's actually pretty cool. You can actually fill in holes that way. It might be because it had something directly next to it, though, that made it a lot sturdier. We'll have to wait and see how it goes on the upper floors and see if it's the same. Our smoothing is almost finished up here, which is pretty cool. So we'll be able to set them to start, carving everything now. And that'll be pretty awesome, because then our fortress will look pretty cool. It'll all have runes on it and all that kind of squiggly line stuff going on. That's pretty sweet. It looks like our fishermen might be starting to overfish a little bit, though, which might be a bit of a problem. Might be a bit of a problem. Also, I'm not seeing too many pots in use in here. There's a couple of them in there, but I mean, we produced a whole lot of them, and we're still producing more, I think. Yeah, they're just not getting used. Look at all them goblins! Alright, we're gonna make sure we steal all their stuff. So we're gonna do it the sneaky way. We're gonna go into the stocks, here into the stocks, we're gonna go into weapons, and we're going to unforbid all of these effed items, because that's all of the items that the goblins were carrying, and by doing this, we take them back. Ammunition, we can unforbid all those things. I'm pretty sure that just finds everything off of the map. Armor, we can take all of the iron mail shirts, all the cloaks, all these fancy items off of the goblins, which we'll be able to use for ourselves later. There we go. That'll do nicely. Is there anything else here we can steal? And this is like the best way to get yourself lots of resources, lots of military gear, because you can just steal all of their stuff. It's just really easy. It's a lot of steps to getting all the things, because they carry a lot of stuff, but you can easily just steal everything they brought with them to invade you, and then use it against their next stage of invaders. A lot of the gear's not very good, though. Like, there's a lot of copper gear here, a couple iron things, a bunch of like fur outfits and silk outfits that don't actually protect you very much. But it's all free stuff, so it's hard to really complain too much about that. And you can just clear it out by hitting F over the relevant items that are blocked, and it'll clear out that forbidden marker, and you'll come and strip all of their stuff off of them. It's especially nice because it means we can do some evil things with the goblins later. I don't think there's anything else in here I need to steal. I'm pretty sure everything we got is just in that section there. Yeah, it looks about right. So we'll leave that, and that should mean they'll come and steal all of the gear off of the goblins. And that's always fun. So, with that said, he needs logs. Are we out of logs? Really? Wow. Alright, well, we're out of charcoal now. That's fine. We have a pretty big backlog of charcoal, so we should be okay for a little while until people start bringing in these new trees. So I'm not too worried about that. There's a lot of job canceling going on. Apparently there's a lot of nasty bird people out there. But that seems fine for now. Alright. Let me take a look up here. Are they actually still clearing out the trees? Oh, wrong button. Yeah, they're clearing out trees. We've got plenty of wood waiting there just to be brought back, and once it gets brought back, we'll be able to use it no problem. Not sure what that person's complaining about. So we can go back down to our fortress. Have they built the stairs up here yet? Not yet from the looks of things. That might actually be completed, but I don't think it is. Is it a finished building? No, it's waiting for masonry. Okay. That's fine. We're also going to head back down into the lower level of our fortress and place some more doors down if we've actually built any more of them. Build some doors. How many do we have? We have 35 chert doors. Awesome. It's too bad they're chert because they're brown, but they'll fit in the doorway and they'll stop things from getting in, make it feel a lot more personal and all that good stuff. Alright, place down some doors. There we go. We have a bunch of masons now, so we shouldn't have too much trouble getting these kinds of things built, but for some reason we always have a hard time with some of this stuff. Alright. Place down the doors. It takes a little while to get all the doors placed, but once they're there to stay, so why not take the time when you can. And we're almost at the point where we can start doing our entire fortress-wide carvings, and that's pretty cool. I like being able to start that in motion, because that will take a long time, but once we get it done, it makes the entire place look pretty cool. Especially some of the floor panels generally look pretty neat. Alright, we had exactly the right number of doors to finish that area, so that'll be good. That'll get people working again. Nobody idling in this fortress today, thank you very much. That'll get everyone to work, moving things around. Look at all those doors, wow. Wowee. Look at all them trapped goblins, too. We should have robbed all of their stuff by now, so that's a good step in the right direction as well. Awesome. Looks like people are bringing the chert in here, or the whatchamacallit, quartzite, to build our staircases. That'll be good. I always forget you can't actually get in there from the outside yet, or rather anymore. What's going on now? Rez has given birth to a boy. Awesome, congratulations. Unfortunately, you're in the middle of doing something I kind of needed you to do. Don't suspend the up-down stairway. You just gave birth to a kid. You can still do it. There you go. Make it active again. That stairwell looks like it's actually finished now. Is it? I'm not sure if it is. Is this a finished stairwell? Rough quartzite block up-down stairway. Looks like it. Yeah, it's finished. Okay. In that case, we can try and build ourselves another construction. We try and build our floor. I'm not sure if it works like this. It might be able to because of the wall down below. Yeah, it looks like it is. Ah, cool. Okay, so since it's over that block, you can build it around here, and the stairwell probably helps as well. So, we are going to place a floor here. We're going to make it like so. What happens if I make it bigger? Will it allow me to build it around the space? No. This is construction precedent stops me. That's fine, though. We can come over here, get some quartzite. Thank you. 3 of those. We'll build some more floor. Build one there. That'll take more quartzite from here. Thank you. And we'll build another one. Takes a little while to get this stuff going, but hopefully it'll make for a very cool defensive structure once it's done. There we go, and one more. Build a floor here. We'll build it up one. Excuse me. Hiccups are annoying. And we will quartzite the rest of it. So now if that works, we can start building the walls as well. So if we go to wall, we should be able to do this right away, actually. We can build the wall up to there. No access to 6 building material non-economic items. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. We'll build it and we'll see what happens. I think that might be because there's no way to get there to build it. It's saying it's impossible to get the materials here. We'll have to wait and see if that's actually what it means when we try and actually complete the structure, but it could be interesting. This is experimenting now. We're learning. We're learning together. I hope these people finally build these doors, these streets, though. It's designed, it just needs to be built now. Hopefully somebody builds these roads. I want this to be finished! One of these days. One of these days. I like how we have one green and one red tower, too. I'm not sure if that's because of mold or something. The red is from loam. The green is from... yeah, it's got grass growing on it. Awesome. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it'll do. And he should come up here and finish this stairway now, which means we can do the same process on this upper side. Yeah, there we go. So we can now build ourselves some floors. No, build constructions floors. There we go. Gotta make sure you get all the steps right. Build the floors in here. Build them out of quartzite. There we go. Build more floors, one in there. Build it out of quartzite. It's a long process, like I said, but these things could be interesting once we get them built. I'm interested to see if this structure actually works the way I have in mind, or if I'm just imagining myself into a problem. We will find out. We'll find out if the whole thing collapses on us, too, which would be a bit of a concern. Once the floor is built, though, I'm hoping we'll be able to go from there and produce more layers to the structure. We'll have to wait and see, though. Alright. Alright. Things are looking pretty good in here. Our food stockpiles are pretty solid. How much do we have? Yeah, we have like thousands and thousands of food. If we come back outside, has our plant gathering scoured this landscape? No, not yet. They're getting there. There's a lot of plants here still to be gathered, folks. Oh, they're building a section of floor. Yeah! The road is actually getting built in part. Fantastic. Maybe one day we'll actually be able to use this thing. Maybe one day. For now, though, we'll just have to wait. Beyond that, though, we're looking pretty solid here. I wonder if you can build a floor underneath the bridge. That'd be an interesting experiment as well. We have no ash left to make more lye with. That's okay. Is our soap still happening? Soap maker's workshop, go. We have no ash left. That's fine. We're going to hold on to our wood for now anyway. I will start our charcoal going again, though, because we want to make sure we have that going on. Charcoal on repeat. There we go. We want to make sure we're still making that, otherwise our metal workshops are going to be giving us a hard time later on. I'll get both of our wood-burning furnaces back to work on making charcoal, just to make sure we have a good supply. And from there, we're looking pretty good here still. We might need more bins again, because we're getting loose bars in here, but for the most part, this is looking pretty solid. Looking pretty solid. I might have to end this episode soon. I want to try and get these floors finished first, or at least started. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Ah, well. Well, that's okay, though. All in all, this is looking pretty solid, if you ask me. We're slowly getting our road built. We're slowly getting our defenses built, our defensive structures. We just took down an entire siege. We're getting our basement ready. These guys have almost finished all the carvings, so we'll be able to go from there soon. Overall, I'd say it's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm going to just double check the time on this video. We're probably getting close to the end, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, okay. I think it's probably just about time we stop the episode here, so I'll let it run a little bit longer while I'm talking, but we're probably going to be ending. So, let's come back up to our main area, wherever that is. Here it is. I was told earlier that you can also make like location-based hotkeys, which I might try and do soon, so that you can just jump to the entryway, or jump to the, like, you know, the kitchen, or you can jump to wherever just by hitting a button. That sounds pretty cool. I might try and set that up soon. But, yeah, hotkeys, I think you can do it in there. But either way, thank you very much for watching, folks. This has been Vanguard of Valor, playing some Dwarf Fortress for you, attempting to build up some defensive structures, fend off an invading army, and build a road. If you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave a like on the episode. Thank you again very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.